to come across here, wouldn't surprise.
Yeah, especially when it's drawn high. But like you say, keeping on that far out hasn't been a disadvantage so far today on the races on the round track, and Dakota Gold obviously still one, might not have many options.
He's last in, Dakota Gold. Here we go.
They're off and racing for the 2018 running of the William Hill Catterick Dash, and away well accessible with FOOLAAD in the early stages, out a little bit wider. Copper Knight is also showing good speed, the favourite Captain Colby in green and orange colours, and wider out Bosun Fred now coming through. Sticking over to the inside, Dakota Gold racing all by himself. It is Bosun Fred from FOOLAAD. Dakota Gold is on the far side, then accessible from down the near side Copper Knight, and then follows Classic Pursuit. Captain Colby just falling back a little bit. Over to the near side, Blue de Vega racing together with Tan. East Street Review is pushed along, and then follows Evergate. Last year's winner Stormover is right at the back end of the field as they gallop on down towards the final furlong and a half. Bengali Boys another one in rear, but down the near side it is Bosun Fred who shows up ahead of FOOLAAD in second. Copper Knight is trying hard to squeeze through against the fence. Then Captain Colby is now staying on again, and over towards the far side Duke of Firenze, a former winner's also coming home well. FOOLAAD has struck the front though as they go close home, and it's FOOLAAD's dash from on the far side. Captain Colby, then Bosun Fred, Classic Pursuit, Duke of Firenze over to the far side, Copper Knight this side.
FOOLAAD has won. Roy Bowring, and Liam Keniry on board for the first time. Has beaten Captain Colby in second place for Paul Midgley, and Ben Robinson will tidy up the third in due course. Bosun Fred was in there pitching, but it's gone away. FOOLAAD and Liam Keniry.
Well, it's been a stellar year for Oisin Murphy, and that QE2 success has just topped it off for Sheikh Farhad's Qatar Racing with Roaring Lion. What an amazing performance from that horse, drawn out wide, the race developing away from him, dropped down to a mile. He had to live up to his name of Lion, didn't he?
Absolutely, Lydia. He hated the ground. I was never on the bridle, and he was all heart in the finish. You know, I was running on empty the whole of the last furlong because I had to use him between the 3 and the 2 just to get into the race, and he was very tough in the finish, Lydia.
Just the transformation of this horse this season, the job that John Gosden has done with him mentally more than anything else.
Yeah, John does a job with his horses, staff and jockeys, and he gave me so much confidence throughout the year with this horse. You know, I must thank him, and Lydia, this horse has done the Kipco double now, I suppose. Sheikh Fahd put a lot of work into Irish Champions Weekend and Kipco British Champions Day, and I'm delighted to win, you know, the best race on the card in my opinion with his horse.
And what did he say to you afterwards?
We haven't had a chance to speak yet, but you know, there was a lot of pressure on today. I was on the best horse in the race on paper, and it's just relief and total joy at the moment.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, straight over to Stratford we go for the 3:35 Amadeus Catering Selling Hurdle. It's over 2 mile. Atlantic Storm is your 5-4 favourite. Excellent team is 7-4, 9-2, and bigger the rest.
Well, Atlantic Storm is pretty consistent, which counts for a lot in this kind of grade. And first run for New Yard, hasn't been seen for 61 days, but I think he'll get the job done.
Okay, Dan Skelton. Let's see if he does. Biggest danger?
Probably the Dan Skelton runner. Yeah. Excellent team. They've hit the £7 claiming amateur on board, which suggests he probably needs a little bit of help, but I think it'll be very tight between the two. But I think Atlantic Storm, if he repeats the form he's shown previously, he's got an excellent chance.
Okay, Atlantic Grey, second start for Jimmy Frost, but
no show on the first one, which would be the concern, but 16 or 14 runners around News now, it's been much easier in selling company. Brian had a nice winner for Chris Down earlier on in the card on Gaelic Flow, and could well bounce back, but needs to, whereas Atlantic Storm, the form figures for this kind of grade is very, very consistent, and probably just holds excellent team on the most recent form.
Only a seller, but no doubt Stuart Machin is eagerly awaiting it. Let's get across and join him.
Can't wait now. I'm not really sure. You want to sell her as race 3 on a Saturday card? Well, there's a lot of attractions elsewhere, but we could have put something a little more inspiring on. Flags are raised now. And the half dozen of them coming in steadily. They're still about 30 yards or so back from the tapes. They're off, jumping away for the Amadeus Catering Selling Hurdle. And the nose banded and blinkered first time excellent team in front on the run to the first of the scheduled 8 flights, and very quickly over the first as well. Didn't waste any time in the air, extended the lead to 4 lengths as a consequence over Atlantic Grey heading the chase. Then Atlantic Storm in her black and red jackets. OK My Way in the dark blue wide of the white-faced Remember Nurture. And the Irish train raider, the mare Vocal Air. at the back of the field. So the two flights on the far side safely behind them first time. Now the long run around towards the obstacle in front of the enclosures, and Excellent Team quite effortlessly has gone 6 or 7 lengths clear of Atlantic Grey on the hands of double seeking Bryony Frost. There's a further 4 or 5 length break to Atlantic Storm, and then a couple of lengths to OK My Way, and Remember Nerja being joined at the back of the field by Vocal Air as Excellent Team and Will Marshall lead in and turn to face the judge on the approach to the third. Atlantic Grey still half a dozen lengths away, and then Atlantic Storm in the hands of Aidan Coleman in third place ahead of OK My Way, Philip Armstrong in the dark blue, and a white-faced filly Remember Nerja, Harry Stott wide at Vocal Air and Dave Noonan. An Excellent Team wings the third, really came up out of Will Marshall's hands there, and now would be 10 lengths clear, sliding under the judge with a circuit to travel. A pair of Atlantics chasing, Grey ahead of Storm, then OK My Way, Remember Nerja and Vocal Air, and Excellent Team is over the fourth, just clipping the top on that occasion, but once again very swift. The others over safely enough into this next left-hander they go. Excellent Team approaching the cross flight. The lead now, well, I reckon it would be at least 10, maybe 12, possibly 15 lengths over Atlantic.